Hello, friendos and friendettes. It's been a while since I've done one of these, isn't it? Yes, I think it's about time for a channel update. So, just wanted to go over some basic stuff, what's going on with the channel, what I've been up to, which you've probably been able to see on the channel, but you know how it is, you know. So, right now, I'm going to be finishing up DawnLight in a couple days at the time of recording. Got some stuff going on with that. Of course, school has started up back for me. I am now a senior in high school. Yay! It's the best time of my life, so people tell me, but I'm inclined not to believe them for various reasons. But anyway, with school starting back up, my schedule's a little bit more limited, so I have to kind of work a little bit harder to get recordings done. And if I'm not working as hard as I need to be, then recordings aren't going to come out on proper days, and I might not have something ready for you every day. So, in the case of that, I'm probably going to try to work a little bit harder on doing better quality things, stuff that takes a little bit longer, but probably comes out and is a lot more appealing to you as the audience. More commentaries will be coming out, and in fact, a few days ago I ended up writing up a bunch of different ideas for shows, which I will probably be recording pilots for, quote-unquote pilots, and releasing those to the channel in the coming weeks. So there's no guarantee on when I'm going to be releasing when or where or why. So it's kind of a little bit mixed up right now, but you'll be seeing updates on that. And of course, if you want any updates on the channel, you can of course follow me at NickAnon2 on Twitter. I tweet there pretty frequently. I'd like to tweet more if people were following and I had someone to talk to. I'm lonely, I love you. So if you would be willing to follow and get more updates on the channel from there, it allows me to bounce ideas off of you, the audience, a little bit more, which is nice. That's kind of what I'm going for. I would like to be able to do that a little bit more so that I don't end up producing some sort of content that takes a lot of time but no one cares about. I don't really care about getting views or getting money or anything. I'm not fucking DSP or anything up in here, but I like to know that when I put a lot of effort into something, I'm seeing good returns on it in terms of viewership. Because if I just make some big 40-minute video that has like tons of editing and crap and no one like watches it, that probably tells me, at least that's the vibe I get off of it, is that no one's enjoying it. So I just... It feels like a wasted effort there. So I don't want to end up doing a lot of that. I want to be able to do show ideas, but I want to be able to know if I'm doing them right and if I should just abandon certain ideas. So if you guys would be a little bit more vocal, you don't have to be, but just saying for future notice, if we ever come to a point where I want to produce more shows, it'd really help me out. In addition to that, we have the end of DawnLight. I think I've already said that. I have a commentary coming out on DawnLight. I actually have 3 commentaries in the works. 2 of them are already outlined. I'm not scripting them this time. I didn't script the last one I did, but I feel like commentaries are something I have to do a little bit more freeform, and countdowns really need more scripting because otherwise I'll get really off topic like I kind of am right now if I'm doing commentary countdowns like that. So I stick to just dot pointing and outlining for my commentaries, so they take a little bit longer to come out, and I kind of like to come back to them a few times a week and sort of figure out what I really want to say. So I might edit out like a little dot point here, or I might make this little part a little bit more concise or something to that regard, you know, just to make sure I get all the key information I want, because I've had problems in the past where some of the content I produce is just not as accurate or as good as it could be, and I really don't want to be ending up in places like that again where I have a Curse of Naxxramas commentary, which is just, it's all speculation and there isn't a lot of research to back up said speculation. It's a lot of speculation based off what I know about Blizzard and their business practices, and it was a lot of assumption, and you know what happens when you assume. Speaking of Curse of Naxxramas, there will be a special video coming out about that as soon as all the wings release and I can properly go through them. I will say right now, I haven't bought any of the wings of Naxxramas. The reason of that being, I don't think they're worth it. That viewpoint on Naxxramas still stands with me, but that's a different tangent for a different time. So I haven't bought any of the wings of Naxxramas. I'm pretty much holding out until they all come out. I'm gonna buy the wings that I want, and eventually I'll get to buying all the wings, and then I will have a video coming out about that. I won't say what it is. I won't spoil the surprise. Some of you might like it. Some of you might not. Some of you might think it's well deserved. But that'll be coming out in the near future. Can't say when. I think the 3rd wing of Nax only just released today. That is August the 6th, 2014. So I think I have to wait another 3 weeks. Are we on quarter 3? No, I have to wait another 2 weeks. We have to come out with the Construct Corps and then the Military Corps. So once that gets done, I will make another video about that, and you will be a little bit more informed about my opinions if you actually care. I assume you care. That's why you subbed. You're here because you like me and my humor. Additionally, just to comment on this real quick, the Let's Play of DawnLight that's gone up. I said before, and I've told the people that work with me me on DawnLight, who mostly work behind the scenes right now, but I do have people that work with me. I've said before that the content I want to have on DawnLight, I don't want it to be shitty Let's Play content, because everyone does that, and it doesn't set you apart if you just do Let's Play content. It's not what we set out to do when we made the channel. We set out not to play video games for ourselves, but to entertain an audience, and that's what we're trying to do. So we, and I especially so, try to come up with different show ideas, quote unquote, for running series that we can do. You know, stuff like, maybe not as ambitious as stuff like the Warp Zone does, or proper Polaris things, nothing of that regard, but we want to be able to do something pretty big that can get a little bit of audience interaction, and something that isn't just a Let's Play series, and something that isn't just, you know, I play video games. I mean, that's what I do, but I wanted to be a little bit more than that. So I have some more show ideas that'll probably bring out that more, but the Shovel Knight Let's Play, it's a Let's Play, but I did my best to make it a little bit more than that. I gave myself a custom rule set, kind of. I basically just played it without items. I showed that you can do it. I kind of consider it a guide now that I look back to it. Hyperion, as you know, will actually kind of play Shovel Knight from time to time, and he gets to a part where he doesn't really get it, and I say, just go watch my video and you can figure out how to do it. Explaining it without items is a pretty good way to see how it can be done even without items, but I mean, if you want to be a scrub and just get the phase locket, you can do that. It's really the only item you need. But I'm actually pretty happy with it. It let me get out my creativity in editing, and I really, really like to do editing. It's one of my favorite aspects of video creation. It's probably my favorite, actually. I value it way over recording or anything, because that's where I can really be funny, I can be creative. It's in the post-processing and the editing that I can really do all the different things that I want to do with the video and make it the final product that I envision when I set out. So that's why that all the Shovel Knight videos have at least a little bit of editing, because I kind of like doing that. So some of my actual dialogue in those videos, when I am actually going through and talking, is intentionally not scripted, but intentionally said or done in such a way that I can later go back and edit it, because I kind of have an idea in my mind of what I want to do with the editing as I go into recording. So it kind of all loops back on itself. Now sometimes that doesn't happen, and sometimes I just leave parts where, like, okay, the dialogue's funny enough or whatever, and I'm just not gonna bother with this. So some places there's editing, some places there aren't. I bring it up because this is probably not really going to be a thing that's going to be coming on the channel a lot. It is actually going to be tied into one of those show ideas I mentioned earlier, which will be premiering on the channel probably within the next few weeks. The problem is that the show ideas I have, I'm kind of actually nervous about recording them, because they're a little bit specific in the way that they're sort of designed, and I don't really want to screw things up in live recording and have to go back and like re-record it 15 times, because they are like shows. They're like TV shows. I have to get like a lot of things on point in order for them to be good. So that's going to take a little bit of time, and as I said, I'm nervous about fucking something up and just ending up having to put that on the channel and be like, hey guys, look at my shitty effort. This is my first impression for this show. Now you're not gonna fucking watch the rest of it. Okay, sorry I bothered. Because you only get one shot at first impression. So I'm kind of nervous about doing that. I kind of have to psych myself up for it. And I have to pick games that kind of align with the formats of the shows that I've designed, because some of the games that I own personally, I do not think will line up with the different video formats I've chosen. So I'm having to do a little bit more research into that to figure out what kind of works. I have to play through a bunch of games and feel like, okay, does the gameplay play with this? Does the story work with this? Can I mold the mechanics in this way to work with me like this? So it takes a lot of effort in that regard. Additional channel update. This is kind of random. I've got a few random updates to go with this. Sorry, I'm moving in my chair. Get on positioning. Got some new equipment. Happy about that. So it's probably going to improve my recording a little bit. I like to purchase new equipment to help me out with this stuff. Like I said, not a shitty Let's Play channel. I might edit that out. So, me and Hyperion, mostly me, in recent days and weeks and months and blah blah blah, have been designing our own tabletop RPGs. Primarily me. I've been designing universes, going to Hayden for help with rule sets, character design, and all that kind of stuff. He's helped me out with that. And in the process of doing so, I've created 2 different tabletop RPGs which take inspiration and mechanics from different RPGs. One is a medieval fantasy style one, and the other is a proper science fantasy style RPG. Somewhat grimdark, but not really. It's a little bit slightly less evil, and everything is out to kill you, and Cthulhian horrors everywhere. There are Cthulhian horrors, though, for those of you that like tentacles. But I bring this up because I had a thought for a show idea that I will openly discuss here. We considered perhaps streaming or making video content of us doing these RPs. This would be very similar to the roleplay series that IPJP does, and I'm not copying, but we kind of wanted to do it just to kind of show off the ideas, do test runs of the games that I made and show them off to the public, maybe get people interested so that we can get more people from the actual audience to come play with us, and we can invite on guests that would be a part of the show maybe. So we're still working on that. There's some logistics stuff to take care of, and of course audience size to deal with. We don't have a massive audience, so it's kind of not that much of an option, but it's in the works. It's one of those projects that we have kind of sitting on the line, as it were, that we intend to go back to at some point. Additionally, just to get you guys a little bit excited, there will be a special event running on DawnLight from the 1st of October to the 31st of October. Not going to tell you what it is, but you can probably guess at it since it's in that month. Additionally, there will be another event that'll be running in February. Not going to mention what that is, but you might be able to guess it based on a special celebration in that month. Both of these events will be running the entire month. They're not giveaways or anything, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, audience, with what they are. The idea is, well, we wanted to pull in a bigger viewership by doing them, but also it was kind of just another one of those personal ambition projects that I have that I really want to do something with, and something that I personally thought would be a lot of fun to just show off on the channel, so you could see me not do well with stuff eventually when those videos air. Short of that, there's not much else to announce. There might be a new giveaway at some point once we reach 100 subscribers. Speaking of, thank you to everyone who's subscribed in the past couple of months. We've successfully gone from, I think, about 15 subs to about 60, which is a massive improvement, and we are really happy to see that people have found our channel entertaining and are willing to stick with us to continue watching, and that's about it. Thanks. It's really nice to know that I can entertain people. It's been one of my goals for a long time. Entertainment is kind of one of the things that I like to do. So yeah, I'm not going to get all mushy on you. Thanks again, and thank you for watching. If you want to watch any other videos on the channel, they're of course available at your leisure. This has been Omega, and this has been a channel update. For future reference, I'll try to get one of these out every month. I only tried to get this one out this month simply because I have a lot in the works. Hyperion's not really helping me with this at the moment, but I have as I said, I have a lot of projects in the works, so I kind of wanted to give you guys an idea of what's going to be going up on the channel, because the Shovel Knight playthrough kind of came out of nowhere, and I felt, after everything that had been made, I felt I would probably give you an idea of what I'm trying to go for with it. So yeah, see you next time.